Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Cleveland Browns halftime show with the score 10-3, the Browns leading the Falcons. How is everybody today? Boy, I'll tell you, I've changed my mind a couple of times while doing this. I'm not going to do a post-game show, but I thought it would be nice to kind of do a halftime show because my back is feeling a little bit better, and that makes it all possible. I had a massive rainstorm come through here in the Browns' first offensive possession that wiped my DirecTV right off the air. And I was just trying to find out what was going on. So I can't speak intelligently about the first possession. I will go back and watch that on the NFL Network replay. On the other hand, I can speak intelligently about what I saw thereafter. I'll tell you the bad and the good, okay? The fourth down pass that the Browns gave up was all on Newsome, all right? He released his man and he was staring into the backfield because he thought that I don't know whether he thought he had to eyeball the quarterback in case he ran around the end or whatever, but he let his receiver get behind him. That's a rookie mistake, okay? Here's another one I can tell you. Demetric Felton is not a running back. And people are going to go, are you crazy? You're watching what I'm watching? I know Dontrell Hilliard when I see him. The play at the goal line where he had the outside all to himself and the defense closed in on him like he wasn't even moving. And too much a shimmy and jive and not enough north-south, and he is not fast. I will tell you that Demetric Felton is slow. He's shifty, and he is like Duke Johnson. He's the same kind of guy. He is not nearly as good a runner, just a pure runner, than Dearness Johnson. Dearness Johnson has explosion and can get through a hole, and he could actually back up one of our guys if they got hurt. Demetric Felton will be of no benefit whatsoever as a backup running back. I'm just saying. And I agree with what DG's saying here because, he's going to make the roster, Demetric Felton, but, he doesn't have big separation speed and explosion. And even when he's returning the punts, he's shifty. That's what we'd say about him. So I'm right with you, DG, on that. And it's funny, we were talking about this whole Davion Davis, who's bye-bye. I mean, a drop on a ball that was thrown behind him, but no separation on any other play down the field. And you saw KhaDarel Hodge catch a pass. And I will ask you something else about this. What other quarterback do you know of who makes that throw rolling out across his body, in essence, and throws that ball in that exact tight window? Baker Mayfield is a stud, folks, and I don't want to hear complaints or anything. The guy's got arm strength, he's got accuracy, he's got confidence, and he's got a really good offensive line, which brings me up to the next thing that I can say. Hey, Keyblade, how you doing? No way that KhaDarel Hodge will be traded. He's made the team. There's no doubt in my mind that he is the sixth receiver. The offensive line was mauling the Falcons, just mauling them. The holding call that came in against our center, our backup center at that whole left side of the line, man, was just fucking, just ripped a massive hole open. And you could see that the Browns were doing anything that they wanted. There was no pass rush on the quarterbacks. The running game, Dearness Johnson was exploding through holes. You didn't even need to see. And I saw that maybe Kareem Hunt ran a ball early before my picture went bluey, and the holes were there. The starting offensive line is really good. And, I agree with this too. Malik McDowell looks good again. And I said, this is something to keep your eyes open for because, We've seen this before where a guy looks great against third and fourth stringers. Malik McDowell is getting into the backfield, and in the play where we ended up sacking the quarterback, Malik McDowell was coming right behind him on two different occasions. So I'm impressed. He's quick and he's strong getting into the backfield. This is more defensive tackles getting into the backfield than I've seen in a long time for the Browns. Granted, the Falcons aren't a great football team, but pass rush still needs work, but none of our pass rushers were really even in the game. So I think that's really significant too. You know, I want to say this too, why can't the NFL give us a package that doesn't require obsolete equipment? And I couldn't agree with you more, General Dog. Fuck DirecTV. I mean, it's way backward technology, and it's stupid that I can't stream NBC on my television set when I'm getting it on DirecTV. There's no, and I'm not going through peacock.com or suckmycock.com to try to find this at the last minute. It was just really foolishness. And I'll tell you honestly, Billings is not impressing me. He is not impressing me. And Hudson III, he's a rookie. He'll probably make the team, but boy, he's making a lot of mistakes, letting guys around him and holding. And last two games, he hasn't looked good at all. And let's see what C.O. Dead is saying. Anyone see our linebackers PFF rankings? That position is weak. I'd be the first to admit, if you're going to find a weakness with this team, it's going to be in the linebacking core. And Anthony Walker just got here. And, what you're seeing is a real work in progress. And I don't want to pass too much judgment on the defense. They did give up some drives and give up some yardage, but they really... It almost seemed like when the second string came in and the defensive line was blowing up the run, and I haven't seen that for a long time. So that was kind of exciting as well. And that's what I'm talking about can make it. Yeah, the interior defensive line looked like it was getting more penetration than in years past. Our defensive ends, I don't know, Weaver made a play but missed a play, and letting the quarterback get around him wide when he should have taken a different angle on him, that I saw. The play that they threw in for toward the end zone, that was kind of a behind an overthrown ball. Johnson, 43, who is our starting guy, was behind on the play. And that didn't make me feel real good. AJ Green had to try to close on him at the last minute. But there wasn't a lot of room there. And even the fourth down play that I'm criticizing Greg Newsome for, the ball barely got there in time. But if you watch that on footage after the game, you'll see that Newsome froze at the line of scrimmage. Best Impact is saying that the DTs are a concern. I think the reason we have so many bodies is that some can play and some can't, and that's the guys who are the more physical guys who are able to get penetration are going to be the guys who play. And I think there are going to be some surprises in that regard, because we can't get away with allowing running game, especially in the division that we play in. No, I'm not ready for the Kyle Laletta show. But I am also sick and tired of the Case Keenum settle for 3 show. So, again, you can't keep leading a team into the red zone and failing in the red zone. And that has been Case Keenum's history in the NFL. He's a possession, eat up the clock, get you a field goal kind of quarterback. Don't need that. You're not going to win with that. Are the Browns going to be able to beat the Kansas City Chiefs? Doubtful, because our defense just isn't going to be ready for prime time. And it's going to be like our offense was last year, folks. It didn't really take off until about 5 games into the season. And I think the defense will eventually gel to whatever level of goodness it can get to, but it's going to take time. That's kind of the way that it works. Walter, I know that Delpit was not to play at all. Greedy Williams, I cannot say that I've seen him in the game. And that's the hard part for me, is trying to pick out the numbers with the cameras going all the way around, and I'm not certain who's who, and everybody's wearing different kinds of numbers. Weaver's wearing a linebacker's number, and so is Malik McDowell. So we have 59 and 58, and I'm going, well, who are the linebackers? And I thought, okay, number 4, and I only knew because he took the single-digit number, Anthony Walker. I'm learning the players' numbers, so it's kind of hard for me to know. I did not see Greedy Williams on the field. The final field goal attempt was a good kick. It was just a little bit out of range. Maybe he got under it a little bit, but that was going to go right through the middle of the goalpost. It was kind of hooking right back in, but it didn't quite have the leg behind it. He probably put a little bit too much air under it, but he has a much stronger leg than Cody Parkey does. That I can tell you. Let's see what else. I don't know what this means. If Johnson is doing that behind that line, watch out. Well, yeah, okay, you're talking about the Ernest. Yeah, I mean, they're blowing people off the line, literally blowing people off the line. And that's exciting to see. And Greedy Williams is out per the press. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate it. And this is true. He was averaging 17 points a game, with Diggs, Thielen, and Cook. I mean, yeah, he's just not going to put points on the board for you. And again, Delpit, the reason Delpit can't find the field with the map is because they're not going to put a guy who was a top pick from the year before with a hamstring on the field. There is no good reason to do that. Before I get out of here, I got to run back in and watch the game, and you guys have to tell me if the game is back on the air because it's in a different room for me. But I told you this would be a year of reckoning for the Baltimore Ravens, and the J.K. Dobbins injury is only gonna be the start. Adversity is what makes football teams. The Browns have been through adversity with Freddie Kitchens, with all of the injuries last year. It's the Ravens' turn to see if they can overcome all this adversity and what adversity they face during the course of the season. So, and I agree, Billings does not look like he's in good shape to me either, Derek. Not on yet. Thanks, guys. I think, I look at the Browns right now and I say the offense, I mean, Baker looks so sharp, and I mean, he's releasing the ball, he's definitive, all that double clutch stuff is gone, and, that's wonderful to see. All right, I see they're about to kick off. Thank you, Tony. And everybody, thanks a lot for joining me on the halftime show. We'll be back again tomorrow on Live Moohead Radio, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to talk about this in more detail. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, hasta la vista, Pastureheads, and go Browns!